to my channel. Today I'm going to be showing you all the pins that I have for park trading at Walt Disney World. I'm not going for about 6 months yet, but I've been collecting some park traders over the past year, so I thought it'd be a really good time to show you everything that I've accumulated so far. The focus of this video is to show you that you can get a lot of park traders for cheap and that you don't need to go to Amazon or eBay and bulk buy fake pins on there. If you're seeing posts on Amazon and eBay that are selling, 30 Disney pins for £25, that's a big red flag and they will be fake Disney pins. And that's something that we really want to try and avoid because you're just taking real pins off the board and putting fake pins on. And that means that people that are trading real pins either struggle to find real pins or they're accidentally taking fake pins. So this is a way to show you how to park trade with a budget but get real Disney pins. It's definitely a long game doing something like this because it took me quite a long time of searching on eBay, searching on Vintage, having a look at some of the pin groups on Facebook. And just every time I see a really good deal, I would just buy pins as I see them. So it has taken me quite a few months to get to this point. But if you know you've got a trip coming up in 6 months, 8 months, next year, even August this year, really, I think you've got time to find some real traders, and I'll give you some tips on what to look out for. So just to give you an idea, I've got this little pin folio full of pins. I've got this, which I'm pretty sure is full of pins. And then I have this massive box that's just absolutely full of park traders. And I will go through them and show you which ones I've got. So we all say buying bundles of pins online is not the way to go because they're going to be fake pins. If the deal is too good to be true, it probably is. But there is a way that you can bulk buy pins that are authentic and they are within a budget. So one of the key things to look out for is previous Disney Store monthly releases. So I always look out for Minnie Mouse Main Attraction, which I think was 2020, Mickey Mouse Memories, which was 2018, and the Disney Wisdom Collection, which was 2019. Oftentimes, people will collect these pins, and then, 5 years later, they're like, oh, actually, I don't want these anymore. So they pop them on eBay and Vinted for a discounted price. And sometimes you can get them for less than £3 a pin. So the aim of this video is to show you that I've managed to get about 300 Walt Disney World park traders for less than £3 a pin. So what I always do on Vinted is I set up different searches and then I save the search and I just check it every day or every few days to see if any new pins are coming up. So definitely do that, and I think you can do that on eBay as well. But what I've done is I've purchased these Mickey Mouse Memories collection. So I think I bought 2 of these. And then I also grabbed, I think, 2 of the Minnie Mouse Main Attraction ones as well. And what it is people will spend £14 per packet. But by the time they sell them, it can work out at £3 a pin or £2.50 a pin. I think most of these were less than £2.50 a pin. So if you are on a budget, I know it's a big outgoing to spend, I don't know, £65 or £70 on a Mickey Mouse Memories collection. But per pin, it's less than £2.50 or less than £3, however it works out. So I think that's the best way to go because you're definitely getting authentic pins. I don't think these pins have been faked. It's genuine sellers just wanting to get rid of some things in their house and they decide they don't want it anymore and you get a really good deal. So that's my biggest advice, is look for past Disney Store collections, purchase them and then break them up for pin trading. Now this next piece of advice is more specific to Walt Disney World trading, but they do accept Loungefly pins in Walt Disney World. So what you can do is have a look on Funko Europe, Amazon, Truffle Shuffle, any websites that sell Funko blind boxes, and wait till they have a sale. Oftentimes on Amazon, I see the Star Wars mystery boxes or some of the Marvel ones go for maybe $2.99 a box. So that's less than £3 a pin. You could grab a few of those boxes and then you can, have them for Walt Disney World. But also they are quite good for pin events. People like to finish their mystery sets, so you could grab some of those and keep them aside for pin events if you do like to go to those. So I'm just going to show you a few ways that I am planning to take my traders to Walt Disney World. Now, I don't have enough pin folders to accommodate all the pins that I've bought. So what I'm going to do is all the pins are in a plastic wrap, I'm going to put them like in a towel, like just wrap them up in a towel and put them in the suitcase. And then when I'm on the trip, I'll just take the traders off each day and I'll just put the backing cards in the bin. I don't really know what else to do with them, so I think I'm just going to do that. But I have these little Pinfolio folders. So I have one like this, and then I have a slightly bigger one, and then I have an even bigger one that's got a clear front. So my plan is to take this one as my park trading book. You know, this will fit in a Loungefly bag. I use carabiner clips on the trip, so I can always like clip it to me if I wanted to. And then I have this folder, which is full of loose traders that I haven't purchased from like previous collections, but I've just got some loose pins that I'm looking to trade. You know, I've got some of the Disney Wisdom pins in here, and I've got some like other random pins that I'm going to take for park trading. So I'm going to have this full of pins, and then I can just take these pins out, pop them in here for the parks. Or if I was doing, I think I'm going to do some like resort hopping. So I might take the bigger one for that because I'm not, you know, carrying it around a theme park all day. So I don't mind maybe carrying this one around the hotels. And then I'm going to take this Pinfolio Max Show. But my plan is to take this empty, and then all the pins that I've traded for that I'm going to keep, I'm going to pop in this folder. And then I'm probably not going to have enough space, but I'm just going to have to think about how to bring others back. But I think realistically, I'm not going to trade for like 300 pins, and I'm also not going to trade for 300 pins that I want to keep. So all the ones that I want to keep, I'm going to put in here, and then the other ones I'll just like cycle back into my park traders. So just to give you a close-up of some of the pins that I've popped in the little Pinfolio, I'm going to pop a close-up video over me talking, but I've got some of the Disney Wisdom pins. I've popped a few of the Mickey Mouse Memories pins in here, and then I've also got some other loose pins that I've received. I think I bought a few of the Stu pins, like 5-pin board trading packs from his website. So I popped some of those in here as well. Some of these I just had from years past that I'm sort of happy to part with. So these are the ones I've popped in here for now. I just wanted to put it together because I was so excited. So here's a close-up of the Mickey Mouse Memories collection. So a good thing to look out for is the black Mickey Mouse memory pin folders that they come in. What I usually do is I'll buy the pin set from someone with the folder, and then I'll just resell the folder for like £5 or £8 or something on Vinted. And then I just put that money towards some more pins in the future. I'm really tempted to keep a few of these because I think they look really nice, but it's a really great way to have authentic pins. You know, these were less than £2.50 a pin in most cases. So you're getting a really good deal. They're authentic pins. You know, if you've got kids that want to trade, they've got some really fun pins to trade away, but they're not too expensive. I think the difficulty comes, you know, when you go to Walt Disney World, a lot of the pins on the board are fake. So you just have to have a real keen eye and make sure that you're not trading away your really good real pins that you've spent 6 months building up for a fake pin. Here's a close-up of the Minnie Mouse main attraction pins. So I know a lot of people are going to be saying, oh, some of these are worth quite a bit of money, and why are you trading away pins that, you know, sell for £20 per pack and things like that. But I only paid, you know, £3 or £2.80 per pin for the Minnie Mouse ones. So for me, I'm not really losing out anything, and I'm getting some fun pin trades in there. These are some really stunning pins though, so I'm hopeful that people will see these on the board and be really excited that they found a good, authentic Disney pin. And also, when you buy the Mickey Mouse or Minnie Mouse monthly collections, the pin folder comes with like a completer pin. So here is the Mickey Mouse one, and then this is the Minnie Mouse one. So again, you can use these for park traders. They're real Disney pins. You know, are they going to be everyone's number one pin to collect? No, but sometimes the hunt of finding a real pin makes it worth it. So I'm still going to use these for park traders. You know, they're real pins, so there's no reason that I can't. When I went to the Stu Pins event in March, Brian was there, and he had some of these Muppets booster sets for like £7 a set. So what, like £1.75 a pin? So I think I grabbed like 3 or 4 of these. But I was so happy that he had them because it just meant I could boost my park traders for really cheap. So that's another thing to look out for. If people on the pin pages or at pin events are selling pins for a discounted price. You know, we're all there to get authentic Disney pins, so they should be real. So just buy a couple of those packs. You know, that's just another way to boost your traders. Even if you end up only buying 8 more pins, that's 8 more pins than you had before. So always keep your eye out for really good deals. I feel a bit bad giving this next piece of advice because I think it's a lot harder to do this now. But basically, last year when they did the Stitch Attack Snacks series on the Disney Store, you know, the monthly series that they had some for sale for like £7 a pack. So I bought like quite a few of the, I think this is the Dole Whip one, and then the Mickey Apple, the caramel apple one. So I bought 5 of each because it worked out at less than £3 a pin. But I think this is not as easy to do anymore because the Disney store has gone a bit crazy recently with people bulk buying pins and reselling pins. So I don't think the pins really have time to even get into the sale. But do keep your eye out just in case, you know, if things do settle down, you might be able to find, you know, packs of pins like these on the Disney store for discount. I'm really happy that I was able to get some Stitch traders because I know he's really popular. So I'm hoping that people will like see these pins on the board and be really excited that they found them. I did also grab like one random Star Wars like Funko Pop pin pack. I'm a little bit nervous that I can't trade this in the park because it's Star Wars and not Disney. I know like Star Wars is part of Disney, but I don't know if it says copyright Disney on the back of the pins. So I only bought one pack, and then if I can't trade them, I'll just take them to a pin event in the UK. But yeah, I just grabbed this because again, I think this was like £9 for this pack of 4, so it was a pretty good deal per pin. Thanks for watching this video. I hope it was helpful so you could see where you could get your pins from for an upcoming trip. I think these pins would be really good for Walt Disney World, Disneyland in California, and even in Paris as well. I think they are quite strict on the pins, but as long as you've got authentic Disney pins, I think it should be okay. I think my main piece of advice is it's a long game. You know, you can't expect to get 300 park traders like that. You know, you need to take the time looking for deals, you know, looking for authentic pins. So I think my best advice is just set up those searches on eBay and Vinted, you know, check them every couple of days. You know, you have a budget in mind of what you want to spend per pin. So just keep your eye out and then just grab the deals as soon as you see them because they will go very quickly. But thank you so much for watching. I'll see you soon.